I just got home from my third day of residency orientation and we got our schedules this week. I have not actually sat down on my laptop and gone through my entire year schedule yet, so I'm gonna do that now. Let's do it together. The program that I'm in has recently transitioned to an X plus Y schedule. If you don't know what that is, where X amount of weeks you have inpatient and Y amount of weeks you have outpatient or more of an elective. So for the internal medicine residency that I'm currently in, they do a 4+2. So 4 weeks, you usually have something that's pretty inpatient heavy. You'll have 6 days a week on and 1 day off. The day off could be anytime during the week. It's not a guaranteed weekend. And on the Y schedule, you either have your outpatient clinic, you can still have inpatient during this time. Those are more elective. So usually you have the weekends off. You're not working 6 days a week. It's usually a lighter schedule during Y blocks. And that's when you can do more of your life things. So like making doctor's appointments, getting the oil changed in your car, all of those things that you don't really have time to do while you're on the X schedule, but you can do them during your Y. And so I start on my X schedule. So I start with the 2.5 weeks of nights because nights are wards. So they always fall under the X category. And then I immediately jump into my Y schedule. And so I start with 2 weeks of neurology clinics. I'm very happy about that. So we met with some of the neurology residents today who kind of talked us over our continuity clinic, but then also talked to us about neurology clinic and how we will go from 3 different sites. So we have our primary academic hospital. We also have a VA, and then we also have a community hospital. So I'll kind of be jumping around those 3 locations during those 2 weeks. But what's nice is that I am supposed to have weekends off, unless I am called in on jeopardy, which basically means if someone is sick or can't come into their shift for whatever reason, you can get called in. And then right after that, I go straight into ICU. So I will be at the primary academic center for my ICU. Heard it's a really great learning experience, so staying positive there. Then go from my X block back into a Y block. So I have VA neurology clinic. So it's really nice that my first 2 clinic blocks are both neurology. So I'll be able to see those pretty early. And then when I finish that outpatient, I go right back into nights. So right after my nights, I'll go to oncology inpatient. So since nights are part of an X block, that means if you get another 2 weeks after nights, that's still part of your X block. So I'll be on inpatient oncology and working, 6 days a week during that rotation. So not guaranteed weekends off, even though it is a 2-week block. Okay, then after that, I go to our county hospital and do 1 month of wards there. And that'll take me into November, where then I have vacation. I get 2 weeks of vacation in November. I'm so happy. I have it over Thanksgiving, so I got very lucky with that. And then right when I come back, I will start on the wards team at the primary academic hospital and then switch on to a Y block, and I have neurology consults. That is something that I did during my sub-I, and I loved it so much, so I know that will be such a fun time. So into January, I'm on wards again at the primary academic hospital. So I kind of have those back to back with the 2 weeks in between of the neuro consults. And then I have 2 weeks of pulmonary outpatient, and I don't remember how much pulmonary I had in medical school, but I feel like it wasn't that much. So I'm kind of excited for this just to kind of see, the clinic flow of what a pulmonologist does. Into February, March, I then have the emergency department, and I have that at the primary academic center. Some people have it at the VA, I believe. And then I have 2 weeks of vacation again, March going into April. So I feel like that's pretty well broken up, at least throughout the year. So I'm excited about that. And then right when I get back from vacation, I am back on nights for 2 weeks. I then have inpatient cardiology, followed by oncology clinic. And then May into June, I am finishing on wards. Very last rotation is inpatient geriatrics, which I heard is a wonderful rotation. Everyone really loves it, and it is a great one to finish on.